So how would that be realized, this Greg Alexander idea? We're back to where I was. Okay, we will pay property tax. We will have a progressive system of taxation. Everybody accepts it. That's what it amounts to. So let me push this even further. Under liberalism of flourishing, we will say you need to provide education, you need to provide health, and you need to provide a decent standard of living. So poverty, for example, is an offense against the liberty of flourishing, correct? But I agree with you, we're agreeing on that. But what it doesn't do at all, and I think this becomes very relevant to the crisis of liberalism in the West, so I'm excluding Israel, to the crisis of liberalism in the West. What the liberalism of flourishing doesn't do, it doesn't address the issue of redistribution beyond providing a decent social network for everybody. So you can have a state or a society which fully complies with the requirements or the exigencies of a liberalism of flourishing, also in the sense of property. In other words, that we don't just let people languish in poverty, we provide a decent system, standard of living through social services, through social security, etc. But it's not inconsistent with a society which has a horrific Gini factor. Take a country like Italy. Italy, it's not the best, it's not the worst among European states when it comes to the social services provided by the state. It's at the top, contrary to maybe some people's images. But Italy, among European countries, has got one of the highest Gini factors compared, it's up there together with the United States, with a very, very, very high Gini factor. In other words, the difference between the rich and the poor. So the first thing I just want to make, either concept, it's both an empirical and a conceptual, that doesn't seem to offend against the liberalism of flourishing. Because provided everybody has social security, etc., at that point we stop worrying about income equality, redistribution of wealth in society, etc. And now it has, for good reasons or bad reasons, one of the, not the only one, we will come to other factors, but one of the sources of the disillusionment with the liberal order, and as a consequence, the disillusion with the institution of democracy, which are associated with liberal theory, is how can we feel left behind. Yes, I'm not complaining that I'm hungry, I'm not complaining that my kids can't go to university, I'm not complaining that I don't have adequate housing, but how come that so many segments in our society are really rich, etc., and we are left behind? In other words, so we're getting also close to markets, that the wealth that is created by the market is distributed in such an uneven way. And I think it would be hard, liberalism flourishing would be hard pressed to say, oh, we're also in favor of radical income redistribution. That would be, Greg Alexander notwithstanding, I don't think that would be an authentic reading of any kind of liberalism, including flourishing liberalism.
Well,